Hello, welcome back to another tutorial on how to mod Yu-Gi-Oh! Forbidden Memories. In the last video, we edited card images so that they can be imported into the game. For this video, I'm going to show you how to edit the opponent's decks, drops, and how to add multiple card drops, so that way when you beat an opponent, instead of winning one card, you win 5, 10, 15, or however many you want. And yeah, let's get straight into it. So first things first, you're going to want to open the TAEUS site, go to Data, and go to Drop Data. This is where you're going to edit the decks and the drops, and then you're going to grab your game files right here. Alright, I've loaded my game files, and as you can see, it's looking for an Excel file. So the way they do this is you fill out all the data on an Excel document or a Google Sheets document, and it'll import all the data for you automatically. So we're going to use this here. You can find this in the description, and just go to File, make a copy. That's whatever you want to call it. And now that we have a copy of the sheet, we can start editing the decks. Alright, so the first thing you should do is click on this square right here. It'll highlight the entire thing and hit create a filter. So now if we hit these filter buttons, we can filter by certain values. So for example, if I go over the deck for Simon and unclick 0, we can see all the cards that are in his deck and what the probability is of him dropping them and all that. So anyways, I'm going to go over to all this and just make it 0. We're going to do this from scratch, so I'll skip until I've done all of this, and then when we come back, we'll change the drops. Alright, so I've set all the cards in Simon's deck to 0, and they have a 0% chance to drop. So, there's a few ways you can do this. The way I decide to do it is, I want my opponents to have a 40 card deck. So, in order to do that, you want to take 2048 and divide it by 40, and you get 51. So, the total probability of every card in the deck should equal 2048. This sheet will do it for you automatically, but basically all these numbers need to add up to 2048. So if you want to do it based on a 40 card deck, you could do 51, so that's one copy of a card, or 102 for 2 copies, and 153 for 3 copies. I'll just go over here, I'll do 153 on all of these. Alright, so I've gotten to a point where I'm over 2048, and obviously this isn't perfectly divisible, so you'll have to change some of the numbers so that they're like a little over 153, but either way it's like the same thing. I don't know exactly how it works, but I found that this way helps. Alright, so I've changed Simon's drop so that he drops all of these cards with a 100 out of 2048 chance, and Obelisk at a 648. So once you're done editing your template, just hit File, Download, save it as an Excel file, open up the drop editor, and load your file. Alright, now we can save our file, and we can just open it up in the game. Before we update our game, we're going to open up this tool. You can find this in the description, or in my Discord server. It'll be in the Tools and Resources channel at the very top. This one right here. So once you have that, open up your game files in here. Mine are on the desktop, so open that. And this one. We'll hit Insert Programming, and then you just set the limit to whatever you want. So I want it to drop 10 cards. We'll hit Save. I believe that's how it works. Insert. Oh, okay. Make sure you hit insert last, and then we'll close it out. So we have our updated game files. Open up Ultra ISO and just apply them to the game. Alright, I'm in a duel against Simon. I have a bunch of broken cards, so we'll just make sure that Simon has all the cards we added, and that'll be that. I sped it up, but we destroyed a Sword Armor Dragon. That was one of the cards we added. You should drop at least one copy of Obelisk, and you should drop 10 cards. So we'll just go forward and back. Yep, you drop Obelisk twice, and you drop 10 cards. Alright, that's basically it. If you have any questions or any trouble, leave it in the comments, or ask me in the Discord server.